There's a question many people avoid admitting out loud. Why does the idea of having guests over make me uncomfortable? You may like people, you may talk normally at work, you may go out with friends without any problem at all, but when someone says, "Let's come over to your place," something changes. Your body becomes more tense, your mind starts calculating details, and what should be simple turns into an invisible weight. This is not selfishness, and it's not coldness, it's psychology. A home is not just a physical space, it functions as a symbolic extension of our identity. Environmental psychology explains that the brain perceives the home as a safe territory, a space for emotional regulation. It's where the nervous system slows down, where the body relaxes, where you can exist without being observed. When someone enters that space, even someone you care about, there is a subtle shift in your sense of security. Your brain understands that there is now an external presence, there is the possibility of evaluation, there is a need for interaction, and that activates energy. From a biological point of view, having guests over can slightly activate the alert system. You become more attentive, more aware, more on. Introverted people, this is even more intense. Introversion is not shyness, it's about how energy is recharged. Introverts restore themselves in solitude. When guests are present, recovery time decreases. You need to talk, sustain interaction, respond to stimuli. Even if you enjoy the company, the energetic cost exists. There is also the factor of exposure. Having someone in your home means allowing that person to see your organization, your lifestyle, your level of order or messiness. For those with perfectionist traits or sensitivity to criticism, this can activate mild social anxiety, not because someone is actually judging, but because the brain fears the possibility of judgment. In addition, home represents control over the environment, noise, routine. When guests arrive, unpredictability increases, and the human brain prefers predictability. It consumes less mental energy. When the environment becomes unpredictable, even subtly, the body spends more resources adapting. There is also a deeper conflict: autonomy versus connection. Self-determination theory, proposed by Deci and Ryan, shows that human beings need connection, but they also need autonomy. Having guests strengthens connection, but it may temporarily reduce the feeling of autonomy within your own space, and when these needs come into tension, discomfort appears. Many people feel guilty about this. Culturally, hospitality is seen as a virtue, so if you don't like having guests over, you may start questioning yourself, am I antisocial? Most of the time, you are not. You simply value your inner space. You associate your home with deep rest. You need silence to reorganize your thoughts. Not liking guests does not mean not liking people. It may mean your nervous system is more sensitive to stimuli. It may mean you need structure, perhaps visits with a defined schedule, small groups, or recovery time afterward. Understanding this is liberating, because the problem was never the visit. The problem is when you ignore your own limits to meet external expectations. Emotional maturity is recognizing I can like someone and at the same time protect my space. When you understand your psychological functioning, you stop blaming yourself and start organizing yourself better, and that transforms discomfort into awareness. In the end, the question is not, why don't I like having guests over? The question is, am I respecting my own energy? And that answer changes everything. If this content made sense to you, if it helped you better understand your own limits and emotional functioning, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Here we dive deep into the psychology of human behavior in a clear, practical, and non-judgmental way. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos, because understanding your own mind is the first step toward living with more balance and less guilt. See you in the next video.